So guys, in today's video, you are going to hear the amazing story of Greg and how he was able to go from $0 to 8K per month with his creative agency with the help of my coaching program, teaching people how to build their own creative agencies. So I hope you're gonna enjoy and learn some valuable lessons from his story. All right, guys, so we have Greg over here on the line. Greg, why don't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself, where you're from, how old you are, what you do, and where you're currently at.
Of course. So my name is Greg. I'm 19 years old from Poland. I run a content agency, content creation agency mainly. Also now transferring more into the YouTube agency. Not fully yet, but working on it and averaging on like $5,000-6,000 per month. As for now, our biggest month so far was 8K in March or April. I don't really remember, but yeah, it was 8K, and yeah, that's basically it.
That's amazing. So, why don't you tell the audience a little bit, about what gave you the idea to start entrepreneurship in the first place, and also how you got to this point? Because obviously, like doing that amount at 19 years old, especially from Poland, is like incredible. I mean, the average wage in that country is probably like 1,000, 1.5K, and you're doing like 5, 6 times that at 19. So can you take us back a little bit to when you first got the idea to start your own agency and how you progressed from there?
Of course. So, um, my like journey with entrepreneurship started a couple years ago when I started doing some freelancing work for the clients here in Poland for local businesses. I was shooting content and it transformed into like filmmaking business with my cousin. We were shooting some videos for local businesses, uh, you know, and it wasn't anything big. We were making only a bit of money, but it gave me
Mhm.
some experience with working with clients, getting clients, that kind of stuff, and it was really amazing at the time. And now, I wanted something bigger. I always wanted something bigger, and I always wanted to work, work from anywhere in the world, from
Mhm.
just a laptop. And yeah, it started actually. I found out about you from from your mentor back, like, I don't know if it was 1.5 years ago or something like this.
Mhm.
And I saw that you were 16 like me at the time, and you had a content agency, and you were making some good money using just laptops. So
Yeah.
of course I followed you, and then I actually, it all started because I won a consulting call with you. I remember, and it was yeah, and it was this like 1.5 years ago.
Mhm.
And I remember jumping on the call, and actually, you gave me some good advice on starting a content agency, but I didn't take action for like a couple months. Then I tried everything. I was doing some Facebook ads for local gyms or something, and I was writing
Mhm.
proposals. I was going on a meetings, but I usually heard like, okay, we'll contact you later or something, and
Yeah, it did never
never heard back.
go.
Never heard back. Uh,
Yeah.
that's a classic line.
Yeah.
So yeah, then I tried some more things, and then like I kind of circled back. And I remember one like Sunday evening, I thought, okay, I'm done. I'm done. I need to do something, because I was super lazy also at the time. I wasn't doing that much. So the next morning I woke up at like 6, and I worked full day. And I remember that first day I actually got in contact with the first client of mine, and I signed with them for like 1,000 per month. And I remember the first thing I did was contacting you. Oh, I got my first client.
Yeah,
And it's
I
funny because it
remember.
was like 6 months after our call. But yeah, and then of course, I landed this client. I messaged you, and like I reinvested a lot of a lot of money at that time for me back into the business to learn from you.
Mhm.
And that's kind of how it started.
Yeah, so when you first got your client, uh, the first thing you did was like you contacted me for coaching, right? Like like you wanted
Exactly.
to pay for it and to do it together. So I think that's a great lesson for people, because like you said, like when you just and by that I obviously don't mean like, oh yeah, the lesson is to pay Vince money. No, that's not what I mean. What I mean is, like Greg said, when he first won the free coaching call from the giveaway, even though I gave him probably similar advice to what I gave him afterwards on with the paid like coaching program, he didn't take action for 6 months. Like he was still lazy, and he didn't like put in the work. And the reason for that is because he didn't have any skin in the game. Like he wasn't committed. He didn't really have like a financial incentive to, you know, take action. Right.
Yes, exactly.
So yeah, investing in yourself, I think that was like an amazing move from you, like just reinvesting what you made.
Yeah, this is the like most important thing when starting out, I would say, because the thing is you can start and try to figure it everything out by yourself, but it's like such a waste of time, such a waste of money. Because some people think like, oh, but I need to pay like $500 and I'm gonna lose $500, but actually you're probably gonna make it back in like a week, and that's always the case. And I'm still a big fan of investing in myself. I'm still investing a
Hmm.
lot, and now I invest a lot of money in just solving specific problems in my business. So for
Hmm.
example, now I'm getting clients mainly from Loom videos, and I found out about a guy who's doing the same, who has like a very big agency, and is getting all of his clients from the Loom videos. And I just paid this guy a lot of money to just to just teach me how to do Loom videos, so they can convert into clients. So
Yeah.
yeah, overall the point is you need to invest in yourself at any
Yeah,
point.
and even though you said, you know, you will usually make it back in the first month or like the first week, in my experience, that's not always the case. But as long like the only way you can actually lose money, in my opinion, by investing into coaching or knowledge, or yeah, basically like knowledge, is if you don't take action on what they tell you. Like if you don't believe in yourself that you are going to follow through, then it's not for you, because then it's not going to work. Like the only way information can actually work is if you put the work in it, right? So that's why I think a lot of people get it confused. And that's why I say, like, if you're the type of person who's expecting like buying a course or buying a mentorship or a coaching program to make you rich like instantly, then you shouldn't buy it, because it's not going to do the actual work for you. It's just going to give you, like, if you buy it from the right person who's actually done what they're, you know, saying they can teach
Yes.
you, like it's just going to give you a laid out path for you, or like a roadmap. um, and it only, you will only get results if you actually end up putting in the work. And talking about putting in the work, I want to hear a little bit about, you know, you got that first client. I guess that was kind of the breakthrough, right? Like after you got the first client, did you start picking up some momentum, and did you got the second client faster than 6 months, or what happened there?
So I don't know when exactly I got my second client, but it was like I got my first client, and it was pretty big client, like I said, at least at the time.
Yeah.
And the next client, it's funny because at the beginning I was getting clients like this one was big, but the next client was like $200 per month, and the next one was like $150 per month.
Hmm.
So even though I was getting some clients, though they were like very small clients, those
Hmm.
first like two, those next two, no, then I was always also getting bigger clients as well. But actually, I was just, it's even hard to tell. Like I don't remember exactly how it went, but I think I got like another client in the next month, and it was very very quick.
Hmm.
Next client. Then I just got rid of the lower paying
Yeah.
clients to replace them as we
Hmm.
went along, and yeah, that's kind of how it went.
What changed from the first 6 months, from, you know, after you had the like the free coaching call with me, and you didn't get any results for 6 months? And then once you got that second client and you started, and then in the next 6 months, you, I guess, went from like, making like zero, you went to like, 3, 4K in just that 6 month period or so. What do you think was the main thing that changed in your mindset or in the day-to-day things that you did? Because obviously, like, it was the same time frame, but the results you were getting in the second 6 month were exponentially better than the first one. So what changed really?
I would say the most important thing is just putting in the work, because in the first 6 months, like I remember on our call, you even detailed me some action steps that I gonna need to take, and I didn't do anything. And then one night I was just so frustrated with this that I'm not doing anything. I maybe I did a bit, but it was like anything. So, and I just woke up the next day and I started working, and I'm just working since then. And so I would say that's the most important thing, just to
Mm.
outreach, just learn, and those are the most important things. But also, you know, yeah, okay, never mind. I would say just putting in the work and actually taking, for example,
I'm sorry. Yeah, continue. I
and
need to
also
put this on do not disturb.
uh, okay,
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
and also just as I was learning from you, just implementing on the things that you've heard. So because you can work for like 10 hours a day and do anything that is important. And I remember, for example, on our call, you said like you need to follow up and you need to do this, you need to do this, and I was just listening. I wasn't thinking, oh, but is that very good? I don't think so. I was just doing it, and so learning, implementing those things, putting in the work, those are the most important things.
Yeah, like I say this all the time as well, that in the beginning when you're just getting started, like, outreach is everything. Just like all you need to do is learn and send out outreaches, and also study
Yes.
your approach. Like, keep track of your numbers, like how many outreaches did you send that week, how many responses did you get, like what was your and then from those, like how many meetings did you get on, how many of them you closed, like if you made a little iteration to your outreach message, did it get better response rates than the previous one? Like, just studying your outreach strategy, your outreach messages, and making sure that you improve yourself from there, right? Um,
Yes, exactly.
so yeah, so then I also wanted to ask this. So you said when you were doing the freelancing, with your brother, I guess, right?
It was my cousin.
Okay, your cousin. So when you were doing the freelancing with your cousin, way before you even started the online agency, how did that work? You said you were making a little bit of money here and there. How were you getting clients back then?
So it's funny because the first thing we did is we create some free content for family businesses or something like this,
Mm-hmm.
and we put out the website, and then we also did nothing. But actually, one client reached out to us with like, "Oh, okay, I want 4 films and something." It
Mm-hmm.
was like commercial style, and it was our first big deal. And then we just had some referrals. We
Mm-hmm.
also did some cold outreach, but it wasn't working very well.
Yeah, it
We
wasn't
didn't know
really
how to do cold
yeah,
outreach.
it wasn't really consistent. You got a little bit
Yes,
lucky, I
exactly.
guess, right? So
Yeah, and
basically,
we've made some money,
Mhm.
but it was one of those money that we made is like I'm making this in a day sometimes.
Yeah, so you were making just a couple $100 maybe, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So your timeline was kind of like, in the beginning, you tried that little freelancing thing with your cousin. You were making maybe maybe 100, $200 in a month, but it wasn't really a consistent thing, right? And then you got a free, consulting call with me. Then you didn't take action on that for 6 months, or you took some action, but you weren't super consistent with it, right? And then you managed to, I guess, sign one client for $1,000 or so. At that point, then you invested, into the coaching program, and then what happened there? I know you said you got a couple smaller clients afterwards, but um, what was the main thing, I guess, the coaching program helped you with, or what were you expecting from it? And yeah, what happens after that? So I guess now we are mid 2020 ish. So what happens after?
Yeah, of course. So uh, because the main thing, is just a guidance, because I didn't know almost anything about this business,
Mhm.
from working clients, getting clients. I was just doing some free content, and I was messaging on Instagram, like no structure, anything. And I was just, trying to get someone to pay me, I can
Mhm.
say. And, I wasn't thinking of it as a proper business, but also the big thing that changed was I had a lot of limiting beliefs when I started.
Mhm.
And I think it's some of them are just from the fact that I'm from Poland, and when we are doing some
Yeah.
freelancing work, it was always hard to get a client for maybe a couple hundred. Like our
Mhm.
best, our best was like $500 for those couple videos that we've made, and that was the best money that we've made.
Yeah,
And I was,
and that was between the two of you as well. So it wasn't even all yours. Like
yes,
it, you had to probably 50-50 or something, right?
yes, exactly. And it was a lot of work, and I had a lot of limiting beliefs that
Mm.
I can't charge more, and I was charging like $200 or something. And that's the big thing that changed, is just
Hmm.
it built a lot of confidence in myself. I got rid of those limiting beliefs. I remember also I had limiting beliefs of speaking English, and
Yeah,
I
I
was
remember.
avoiding all of sales calls. I was just every I was talking with every prospect just through DMs or something. I was avoiding sales call because I was afraid that I can't speak English. And we had some calls, and you said, "Oh, you actually speak pretty good. And even if you make some mistakes, like I'm still making mistakes, of course. They are from America. They speak English every day, and it's like the fact that you can speak in their language with them is actually very, very good. Very, it's a benefit, and you can't, even if you make some mistakes, they're gonna just
Yeah, respect
ignore
it
it.
at least. Yeah,
Exactly.
and trust me, you've made like so much progress just over the last year. It's insane. Like it just shows if you do something every single
Yes,
day, if you practice something a lot, it will eventually get better. Um,
exactly.
but yeah, so that was the big shift for you, and now you are making 5-6K a month, and you had an 8K plus month just a few months ago. So that is an incredible transformation. I mean, going from like zero to like 100 $200 max to that's amazing in less than a year. So what is next for you? Like what are your plans with
So
this business?
so yeah, my plans are for this year. I remember we talked about it just a week ago, maybe, is 20K a month.
Hmm.
At least hit it one month, just hit a 20K month. So that's
Yeah.
one of my plans. And also just systemize everything in my business, so I can just focus on getting new clients, increase increase the average retainer, so we don't need like 50 clients to get to 20K, but we
Yeah.
can only get 10 clients. So that's another thing, just increasing this, and it's working pretty well.
Hmm.
And so yeah, those are my plans, just doing almost everything like I'm doing now, just improving on everything.
Hmm. Are you working with any contractors right now?
Yes, I'm working with, I have like one guy that is full-time video editor.
Hmm.
He's amazing. And also I have a graphic designer on my team, and I have some more, but those are more like a
Hmm.
backup ones. So if in case if I need,
Got it.
so I can avoid any delays, anything like that. So I would say my team is is like two core guys, and I have also some
Hmm.
other ones that are always working for some projects, or like I said, like a backup editors or
Hmm.
something.
Yeah, that makes sense. When did you end up hiring your first editor?
That is a good question. I ended up in I think August last year or September. I don't think exactly, but that's also the big point. I was afraid of delegating the work. I was
Hmm.
super afraid, and then I got to the point that I just spent almost all holidays working every single day
Yeah.
from morning. I even lost some good uh, trips with my friends because I needed to work,
Mm.
and then I hired, and it's like I can't hire. Like I just posted a post in Facebook group. I ended up hiring this guy, and I hired like three people maybe from the time, and I'm just super lucky to hire very very good talent, even though I can't hire, to be honest. I just
Hmm.
post the Facebook group post, then I just search, okay, maybe let's go with this guy, and I was just lucky to hire good people, and that is
Hmm.
super super important. Like I can't even stress this enough to get very good team
Yeah.
that they can handle all the work, and it's very amazing. It's very important also to automate everything in the business, so I can just focus on the most important tasks like getting clients, some clients communication, that kind of thing, and just keep the rest of the work to the team.
Yeah, totally. And that's amazing. I mean, you've probably learned so many not only, you not only made the transformation in your financial life, but you also learned so many different skill sets, right? That apply to other areas of life as well. That's why I love the agency model personally, because you need to learn a lot of different things. Whereas, for example, if you're running a Shopify store, like it's enough to be good at like maybe copywriting and running Facebook ads and like sourcing products, but you don't necessarily need to be so good with people and delegating and all that. But here you learn a lot of different skills. And do you can you like tell any other things that changed in your life throughout this year in terms of yeah, like I would probably guess that the person you were a year ago is like not the same person you are today, right? Like just mentally, you probably improved so much as well with this business journey, because your business is really like a reflection of your inner self, your current mental and physical state. So yeah, like how was your life a year ago in other areas as well, and what it is like now?
Okay, so it changed massively. Like I can't stress this enough. Like the first thing I would say is just confidence. I was super shy back then,
Mhm.
and and through the business you need to. It's like you need to improve to get to this point, like 8K a month. Like I just hit. Like the person that I was back then couldn't even get to 3K.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can just make this one like 1 2K a month max, and to scale your business you need to really scale as the person. So
Hmm.
that I would say, like confidence is very very big. Just I'm much more confident in myself because I know I can manage in the hard times. Like I had a lot of hard times in the business, and and I managed through them. So now I'm just much more confident in that as well. But also overall, like it's just super amazing to run a business. I don't know exactly like what's the main point here, but just overall you need to improve on everything, because to in order to make like 1K to start, you can get along with a lot of bad habits. You can just work 1 hour a day or something.
Yeah.
And if you want to run a proper business, you need discipline. You need to show up every single day, wake up even if you don't want to, need to work every single day. uh, you need to have
Yeah.
discipline, you need to have confidence, and yeah, it changed. Like I can't stress it enough, but it's changed massively.
Yeah, I know, because I went through the same exact transformation as you, because it's like the way you gain confidence is not by just making more money. You make more money by becoming a better person yourself. And the way you do that is by doing, like you said, those small daily things like waking up on time, sending out the amount of outreaches you decided you will send out, and just keeping these small promises to yourself. Like that's how you're really building just a relationship with yourself, not even others, right? Like you're telling yourself that, hey, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this every single day for a long time. And the more you do something that you said you're going to do, the more confident you will be. And then eventually, as you become more and more confident in yourself, and you start liking yourself and trusting yourself more and more as a person, other people will start trusting you as well, because they can just feel and see how you're a trustworthy person.
Yes, exactly. It's funny because someone thinks, oh, it's just a business, but it's not. It's and especially like this model agency business where you can also, like you said, learn a lot of skills. So like learn sales, learn working with clients, dealing with some problems, dealing with team. And it's learning you not only a lot of those specific skills like selling or something, but those internal skills, I would say,
Mhm.
like confidence, trust, that kind of stuff, which is very, very important because building business is not just systems or anything like that. Like you are the business in the
Yeah,
agency
it's you
model.
versus you.
Yeah, exactly. And also one big thing is because sometimes people think, oh, I'm just, I'm making 2K, I work 1 2 hours a day, I'm good. But uh, I'm much better than anyone else. But in the business you're not like fighting against those other people that are like sitting on the couch all day. I know that if I do not wake up, a lot of those entrepreneurs that I'm against kind of
Yeah.
are gonna wake up and are gonna outperform me. So
Mhm.
yeah, a lot of those small like mental change.
Mm. One question I have for you is, on those days, I would guess, because nobody's perfect, you probably didn't wake up every single day. You had those days where you just didn't do it, or when you were maybe like just trying to get your first client, or that second client. That was probably that moment, or that those days or even weeks of doubt where you were like, is this really ever going to work out? Like I've been sending outreaches every day for a week and I haven't even got on a call yet, right? Like it can be really, like entrepreneurship can be really, really difficult on your mind, because for for a long time you won't really see results. The results are like 3 to 6 months shifted from the amount of effort you put into something right now. So on those days where, for example, you didn't have the discipline to wake up, you didn't have the discipline to put in the work, or where you were maybe putting in the work but you weren't seeing the results, what was it that still kept you going? Like why didn't you just give up? Like, I think that's what as cliche as it sounds, like that's what uh is the only thing differentiating factor between getting to where you want to and not getting there. Is just like when you are at that moment of doubt, whether you cave in or you still end up trying it once again, kind of like with a delusional optimism. So what was it for you that still kept you going, even though things weren't always going the way you wanted them to go?
Yeah, and that's a very, very big point because sometimes we see like those videos like day in the life and
Yeah.
someone's waking up at 5 working all day and they're just getting shit done and everything is amazing. And when you run a business, it's maybe though they are that good, but actually you're struggling a lot. You're
Yeah.
struggling almost every day. Like now, even if I have very, very good discipline, I would say. I'm still sometimes waking up and I can't just wake up and
Yeah.
I'm sleeping in like another 2 hours. And but the thing is, you just need very, very strong vision, I would say. And sometimes, even if I'm super, super tired, I just know what I want in life, not what I want now, but what I want in like 1 year, 2 years, 5 years from now. And that's really the thing that is keeping me going.
Mhm.
But there's still a lot of time, I'm not gonna lie, where I just lie on the couch and do nothing because I just
Yeah.
can't motivate myself to do it. And I think everyone has those times. Maybe I don't know, I think everyone has still.
Everybody
uh,
does, for sure.
yes, yeah, exactly.
And I think,
So
yeah,
yeah,
sorry, go ahead,
continue.
finish your thought.
No, I just want to sum it up. Just having a very strong vision, and also just developing as a person, so you can deal with those hard times.
Yeah, and for me, one thing I can add to that is um, I was, and at sometimes, a lot of times, I'm still uh, am really not disciplined. Like and it's a weird thing because I end up, wasting a lot of time or doing something I shouldn't be doing, and I feel bad while doing it. Like I already know I'm gonna regret this, but I still end up doing it. And I feel like for a long time I had to just keep doing it, even though I didn't feel like I wanted to do it at the inside. Like I knew what I had to do, but I still ended up doing the complete opposite. And I had to do it for long enough that I just like got tired of it, and I said like enough is enough. Because like yeah, I mean, for me, it took me a lot longer time, for example, to get to the six-figure mark than than I wanted to. But the reason for that was because I had a lot of growing up to do as a person and developing character and getting to the point, getting to that point where I didn't want to be enough times that I would say like enough is enough. You know, I'm not going to go through this again, and learning how to say no to distractions and learning how to manage your time better and say no at least more times to things that take you away from your goal than saying yes. You know?
Yeah, and also one small tip, it worked for me pretty well, is just planning my day. Like I plan my day hour by hour, and it's very very big for me because if I plan my day and I see okay it's 8 a.m. I gotta get to work till 8:45, and I'm
Yeah,
not like discussing it. I'm just sitting and working. And if I don't plan my day, it's 8 a.m. and like, okay, what should I do now? And I'm not working, for example. Distractions are very much stronger, when you don't have a planned day or at least planned work days or work
yeah.
hours or anything like this.
Totally. I 100% agree. And I also plan every single day because, like, otherwise, it's just so easy to get distracted. For me, I would say the biggest distraction, funny enough, has been YouTube. I just like get sucked so into it because I think, like, for our generation, YouTube is basically like our television. I mean, or
Yes.
at least for me, it's just so easy to get sucked into the entertainment and a lot of times you can also trick yourself into thinking I'm learning something new, but if you know what you should be doing, then you just need to do it. Not just like watch another new video thinking that's gonna change your life. And yeah, I'm like willing to say this, even though I'm kind of, I guess, talking against my channel as well at some point. But it is just the truth, guys. Like, come up with the plan. Ideally get someone else who have done it, and then just start putting in the work and take action, and just don't always look for that magical piece of information, because I don't think that exists. I mean, obviously you need to learn the basics and you need to learn what's working right now and all that, but it isn't like there is one secret hack or a secret strategy, right? That is going to get a breakthrough for you. Or even if you find something, like you find a loophole or something like that works right now, that is not what you're looking for, because that's not going to get you sustainable results. Now, lastly, the last question I want to ask from you, and the reason I'm asking you this is because you also come from a middle European country. I also come from one. Is when you got to that point where you were making like 3K a month or so, did you deal with complacency at all? Because I personally dealt with that a lot, where I felt just so comfortable making that amount of money, especially at our age, like you can get complacent, I think, pretty easily. So have you ever dealt with that? And if you did, how did you overcome it?
Yes, that's very big as well. I had that first moment when I was at like 2K, and it was in June last year or even July. So I just started, and I've hit this mark, like 2K mark, that I always wanted, because in Poland, if you're doing 2K, you're doing like, you're probably like top 10% earner or something.
Yeah.
And when I hit that point at 18, being still in school, it was moment that I was like, oh, okay, like I'm here, I've done it. And that's funny
Yeah.
because it's just 2K. But but at the same time, I knew I need to do more. And also, the big thing is, you can't really sustain the level. You can't like keep it still. Either you
Yeah.
improve, or you retract.
Yeah, totally.
And so, you just, even if you're doing like, and it's funny also because I was thinking, when I get to like $2,000, I don't need to worry about anything. I have money, I have everything. But the thing is, I'm at like, 5 6K averaging. I did 8K in 1 month, and I'm still struggling with some fear, like, and it drives me. So it's really good. Like, I'm thinking, what if I lost all my clients?
Yeah.
What if I, just, what if it all disappears in one day, or if I just get too comfortable? So I'm just gonna do, and not, like, I'm just gonna not work, and
Mhm.
I'm gonna lose it all. And that's also a very big motivator for me. I don't know if that's good that I'm motivated by the fear, but that's definitely the point. And it was always, it's also always, when I got to the point, I got my first point, I like 2K, and then like, I'm kind of having it now as well. And
Mhm.
I just know that if I try to sustain it, I'm gonna, get back to like 3K or
Yeah.
something, because you can't really sustain the level that you're at.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like, 5 to 10K, I think is the mark where your all your necessities are met, especially if you're not like, even if you live in the US and you're living alone, like from 10K a month, you can live really, really well. I mean, with that money, you can eat the best foods, you can go to the best gyms, you can drive a nice car, you can travel. You're pretty much like, you pretty much have everything you could want, other than obviously the excessive luxuries. Like, you're not going to be driving the Rolls Royce, but as you start getting some, material stuff, like as you start getting a watch, or a car, or your apartment or whatever, you'll start realizing like it doesn't make that huge of an improvement after a certain point in your happiness levels. So that's why you need to find, I think, at that 10K mark, you need to find something that's much deeper than just money and the lifestyle. Like, for me now, I'm really trying to, as cliche again as it sounds, I'm aware of that, but I'm really trying to do something that is meaningful, and that leaves impact on people. And that's why I wanted to do this interview. And thank you for coming on. I'm sure it's going to help a lot of people, and just make more stuff like this as well, because that's more important. It gives me more fulfillment than getting another like 2K or 3K check or whatever that is. So yeah, it's probably going to be similar with you as well, getting to that 20K mark, which I'm sure you're going to be able to do if you put your mind to it. So yeah, is there any other point you would like to include to end this off? Any pieces of
Um,
advice, or yeah, anything you would say to someone who is just starting out their creative agency or copywriting agency or whatever that might be, and is still yet to sign that first client, or just sign that first client, and wants to get to the point where you're at currently now? What would you say to someone, or your older self?
okay, so the biggest thing I would say is, focus on one thing, because, like I said, in those 6 months, because between our call and when I started, I was trying everything, and nothing worked, because I was trying doing like Facebook ads for local gyms, and I reached to 10 gyms, and I didn't get any clients, and I just stopped. And it was with a lot of other things as well. And then when I just started working on agency, I said to myself, I'm not gonna stop till I get my first client and another. And if you get your first client, you won't stop there, because you already you know that you can get clients and you would continue. So that's the biggest thing. Focus on one thing, and also, like you said, get someone to teach you who already done that. That's very big point as well. And just put in the work, like really put in the work, not try to work like 1 hour a day. But if you're just starting, it's okay to hustle, just working from 6 a.m. till 10 p.m. or something, and just messaging all of people, just yeah, just putting in
Just
the
go
work.
for it. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Obviously, I would say as an add-on to that is to try to build up to that point, because if you go from 0 to 10-hour work days, if you never worked or
Yes.
focused before, it's going to be really, really difficult, and you won't be able to sustain it for longer than a few days. But I totally agree with you that in the beginning, like as much as people like to talk about work-life balance and all that, until you get to that point where you get at least a couple of clients, just put your horse blinders on and just focus on sending out as many outreaches. Choose one niche, choose one service offering. Yeah, just get dialed in, and like you said, put in the work, and you will eventually get there. Whether that be in a week, a month, or 5 months, I would say objectively in the big picture, it doesn't really matter that much, because as you build up this business, like even if you lose all your clients, you got so many amazing skill sets that you can use wherever you are in life. Like even if you lost all your clients right now, I'm sure you would be able to make a really good living in just a month, because you already know how to get clients, you already know how to get good results,
Yes.
and you made yourself a more valuable person for the marketplace, right?
Yeah, and also another thing is when you get a client, always over deliver. It's funny.
Yeah.
I'm saying that because every time I got a client, I was always doing my best. Just 2 hours turnaround time or something. Like I was super focused on getting clients results and just delivering the best quality work. That I think all of my clients were trying to give me some more work. Even
Mhm.
got me a position on their in their business. Uh, Either if it was it was somewhere actually pretty good, and just
Mhm.
because I was over delivering, I was just a nice guy.
Yeah,
They like to work with me, and also I didn't lost a single client. I think maybe
that's huge.
some just stopped recording or something, and it naturally like ended up, but I didn't get any client that okay, I don't want to work with you anymore, I'm getting someone else or something.
Mm.
No, I didn't have that situation.
That is huge, because I hear a lot of times from people that the reason they can't build a creative agency is because there is no clear ROI to video or like growing a YouTube channel. But the thing is, well, first of all, if you do it the right way, there is a clear ROI. But also, if you
Yes.
just over deliver and give them a lot more value, and you are just a joy to work with in general, like they will keep you, because it's really, really hard to find people who are actually like that. And even I'm looking for people like that all the time to take on in my team. So if you can just make yourself one of those people who it is amazing to do business with, it's naturally going to come to you basically after people get to know about you basically, and see your work.
Yes,
Yeah. All
exactly.
right. Awesome. I think this is a good point to end this off. Thank you so much, Greg, for coming on,
My
and
pleasure.
sharing this with the people. If anybody is listening to this, go ahead and check out Greg's Instagram. I'm going to leave it in the description. And yeah, I mean, I guess feel free to message him if you have any questions. Hope
Exactly.
hope your DMs are not going to be flooded. But I'm sure you're
We'll
happy
see.
to help as well. And yeah, if you have
Yes.
any questions or anything, feel free to leave them in the comments down below.
So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you also want to start or grow your own social media creative agency, then go ahead and book a call with me below in the description to see whether you qualify for one-on-one help with me or not. And yeah, if you enjoyed it, click the like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.